Gonna be a good one, man. This is gonna be a good one, man. How you doing, Marcus?
I'm good. How y'all, man?
All right, man. We doing good. We doing good, man. All right. Y'all ready for this one, man? Welcome into Auburn Addicts, man. We got my dudes. We got my dudes from the Water Cooler Talk podcast coming through. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need some support. I need some support after what happened. You know what I'm saying? To my Auburn Tigers, man. Ducking Cowboys. I'm ducking Cowboys. Ducking Cowboys, bro. They, you know what I'm saying? Cowboys out here ducking. Got the Auburn folk ducking. Let me ask y'all this, man. All right, you know how we started off, and this is gonna be fun. I know this is gonna be funny. You know how we started. What's your emotional state right now? The doctor's in. All my Auburn addicts come in, get on the couch, talk to the doctor. Tell me your emotional state after that loss from New Mexico State. Nick. But y'all like y'all in the back of a church at a funeral.
Man, that was tough to watch. But my emotional state right now is hopefully this will get the team mindset right. Hopefully it'll get their mindset right. That's how I see this, man. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not even mad.
Really?
No, I'm not even mad.
Please expound, sir.
The reason why I'm not even mad because I would rather lose a game the way Auburn lost that game than to play a close game against a team you're supposed to lose and end up losing. You can just say, and you can use whatever excuse you want to use yesterday. They weren't focused. They weren't ready. They was looking to the next week. You know what it is. But New Mexico State came out playing, executed their plan.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all we could do about it at all. I was sorry, man. Like, so I'm not even upset, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I can literally sit there and be like, that day, New Mexico State was better.
Okay.
And I have to give them their props for that. They was better that day. That day, they were better.
Okay.
But nah, honestly, I would rather lose a game like that and just say that team was better than me that day than actually play a close game and end up losing, knowing that I was better than that team, and that team had no business being close with us like that. But it is what
so,
it is.
Nick, let me make this clear. And we finna go to the most famous man you never heard of yet. Well, you should have heard of him since, you know what I'm saying? We've been going the whole season, man. He gotta be getting near the famous status. So we coming to him next. So Nick, to make this clear, you are hopeful.
I'm hopeful that this gets their mind right. I mean, because I honestly kind of feel like they kind of overlooked New Mexico State a little bit.
Okay, man, you surprised me right now.
I kind of feel like they kind of look. I kind of feel like they looked over New Mexico State. They did not look. It didn't look just someone right. You know, it just wasn't right. You know, I don't like what were we doing? You know, what was going? Like, it's even hard to explain because I'm like, what was up with that? Like, it didn't even look like what you just saw against Arkansas. You like, okay, this team is, you know, like a well-oiled machine. They clicking on all cylinders. But then you get in, you be like, like,
wow,
what y'all doing? What happened over the week? What's going on? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It was tough. It was tough to watch, but I'm just like, hopefully, this is what they needed to get back focused. So
hopefully,
hopeful as I possibly can.
Marcus, get on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the doctor. I need to know your emotional state, man. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling, man? Talk to me, man. Me and Nick here to bring you through this, man. Well, you might be happy. I don't know, man. I don't know how you feeling, but me and Nick, we here for you, man.
I don't know how you can be happy after that. I got a lot of emotions, and none of them good. So, Doc, I'm kind of lost and depressed right now, Doc. I don't know. I'm lost and depressed right now.
Hey,
I'm lost and
Expound,
depressed.
Marcus. Expound on it, man. Talk to me. Put us in your frame of mind. We need to understand what you're going through right now, man. Talk to us, man.
I had talked to my brother before the game, the king of the comments, Travell, and we were both talking. We was like, man, Auburn looking like they're taking that step forward. We just hope that they don't turn back into the old Auburn. He said that before the game, and that's exactly what happened. They turned right back into the old Auburn. The beginning of the season. I mean, not the beginning of the season, but the rough patch Auburn.
Not the beginning of the season, Auburn.
Yeah, most definitely. But you know, I'm lost, man. Going into the Iron Bowl, I'm lost, man.
So I mean, okay, you saying you lost from a perspective of what?
Of what happened? Like what? Like we looked so good. We looked so good last week. What happened? Like literally, what like in a week span, what transpired to the point that defense can't stop nothing. Offense just turned back into a predictable offense the whole time. Like I'm confused, man. I'm depressed about that one, DC.
Yeah, I'm with you, Marcus. I'm with you, man. I'm a little depressed on that one, Marcus. I was kind of trying to wonder should I wear a bag over my head on the show.
No, not that bad.
Ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
We at least bowl eligible, so it ain't that bad.
All right. So I ain't got to put a bag yet.
Nah.
Okay, it's not that bad. Okay, well, let me ask y'all this. Since it was not that bad, Nick, you hopeful, Marcus, you lost. I'm in a depressed situation. You know what I'm saying? Just, not in life, just with Auburn football.
You got to make sure.
Yeah, you got, you know what I'm saying? I don't want people to think I'm just like, it's just like, bro, it's football. It's a game. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my football team, it won't linger, outside of that, man. But having said that, this thing, y'all saying don't put the bag over my head. Okay, I'm going to start off and say, I'm thinking this is the worst loss I've seen since I've been an Auburn fan. Just the worst loss I've seen. Including anything I saw with Gene Chizik. And this, to me, this is the worst loss I've seen as an Auburn fan. Now, what is the worst loss you have? Marcus, what's the worst Auburn loss you've seen as an Auburn fan that you can recall?
Are we talking about teams that we should have just beat or like moments as well?
You can give me a moment too. That would even be better. But give me the worst loss you've seen as an Auburn fan, man.
I wouldn't say the worst loss, but the most painful loss would be the national championship when I watched Chris Davis miss that tackle. And Buddy ran the ball all the way to the red zone.
That's gonna be the one I was gonna pick.
That was bad.
That one right, that hurt me.
I didn't even think that wasn't even on my mind. But yeah, I drove all the way down to Auburn and we watched it, and all of us came down and watched it in a restaurant together. And man, when they rallied back, and when the running back made that run and scored, Trey Mason scored. Yeah. Bro, we was happy. Everybody in the restaurant was. And I remember telling my friend, I was like, bro, we still got to play defense. And sure enough, bro, they took that thing all the way down the field and scored. Yeah, thank you, Marcus. That reminded me. But that was bad. Nick, what's your favorite? Not favorite. What's your worst Auburn loss?
My favorite loss.
Yeah. What's your worst Auburn loss you got?
Worst Auburn loss, man. I was gonna pick the national championship game. I thought that was a pretty bad loss because we should have won that game.
We should have.
Gus go back and look at that game. Gus got really conservative in the second half. He got real conservative in the second half.
That's exactly what happened. He put his foot on the brakes, man.
He did. He put his foot on the brakes. Auburn should have won that one by at least 10 points.
Yeah.
But go back. I would probably have to say 2017 SEC championship game against Georgia.
That was a pretty bad loss.
You know, I don't know if it's the worst, but it's one of the ones that stick out to my mind because, you know, 2 weeks before that, I think Auburn beat Georgia like 40-19 or something like that in Auburn. And then you had the kick six that happened a week after that. And then SEC championship game, man, Georgia came in and literally just ran all over Auburn.
Well, now that wasn't the kick six.
That wasn't the kick six.
No. That was when they beat the brakes off Alabama that week.
They beat the brakes off Alabama. You're right. That was 2013.
Yeah, my bad. They beat Alabama up pretty bad. They beat them both pretty bad, man.
They did. But then you come back in the SEC championship game, and Georgia literally just ran all over Auburn in that game. I mean, I know Kerryon Johnson, he was hurt.
He was.
But still, you still had Jarrett Stidham, who was, I think, a great quarterback. Who was mismanaged by Gus Malzahn, if you ask me. But nah, man, that loss kind of sticks out to me as well. And a game that feels like a game that was won, but also feels like it was a loss. It was last year's Missouri game. They was just trying to figure out who didn't want to win.
Yeah,
that's how that game came down. Like, who don't want to win the game? And Missouri just decided they didn't want to. He just fumbled the ball at the goal line, going in and scored to win the game, and he just fumbled. That felt like a loss, but it was a win. That felt like a loss. But yeah, man. Oh, and Mississippi State last year, Auburn could have won that.
That was bad. That was bad.
That was bad. I don't know, man.
Like, okay, Marcus Slager said when I asked her, she was like, she thought Penn State last year was worse than this loss.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She thought Penn State, and I think because a lot of people looked at the year before when we only lost by a possession, and we were right there about to win the game, or could have did something, you know what I'm saying? But we were right there at the goal line. So everybody thought last year was just gonna be a replay and we was gonna get our get back, and they just blew us out. And the reason I say this is because, man, this team never beat a SEC team, man, in their history. And they came in this thing and drug us, boss. All right. I'm not gonna belabor that, but I'm gonna keep going because we're gonna have to get healing. You know, so sometimes you have to deal with the pain and pull, you know what I'm saying, the bullets them Cowboys put in us. Bang, bang, bang. Them Cowboys put some bullets in us.
Okay.
I'm have to, the doctor got to go in and cut these, you got to cut some stuff open to pull these bullets they put in us, pull them out, man. Then sew you up, Then we go on to the Alabama game, but I can't send y'all to the Alabama game with these bullets in y'all, man. Them Cowboys that put in you. Now, this is a question I got to ask. We got to pull the bullets out. Who is at fault for this, man? Who at fault, man? Marcus, talk to me, man.
With your loss, Hugh Freeze, man. I gotta give it to Hugh Freeze, man.
Okay, why you say Hugh Freeze, Marcus?
He did him the same way at Liberty last year, man. I didn't see no adjustments made from what he did last year. They came out with the same game plan. They played right into what he did last year and dominated. Like you texted me during the game, and I was like, it's horrible. And then my brother called me and was like, man, we playing flat. We ain't even playing inspired. And then after the end of the game, for your coach to try to throw the team under the bus, from top down, I gotta give it to Hugh Freeze, man.
Gotcha. You saying coaching?
Yeah,
for sure.
Top down.
Okay, Nick, who fault is this, man? Who fault is this?
Yeah, I'm out to ride with him. This coaching. It's all on coaching, man.
Okay,
it's all on coaching. I think Jared Kill just got Hugh Freeze's number. Okay. I think he does.
I don't disagree, Nick.
I think he got his number.
Or his playbook or something, man. And I think y'all doing the game, man. I think it looked like, man, everything they did, he knew they was gonna do it before they did it.
Exactly.
It was just
making no adjustments,
man. Yeah, that too. Exactly. That too, man. That too. And I was just like, but this is the part I didn't understand. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, okay, Hugh took over. What my man Phil was doing wasn't working, so Hugh took over. Had to go back and revert this offense. So Keel probably couldn't make a lot of adjustments, just trying to get his base stuff in. And Keel was probably like, bro, I knew that's his base stuff. We got all here go him, man. He gave the defensive coordinator the book. You saw what we did last year, bro. It ain't gonna be that much complexity to what they do.
There ain't no wrinkles in there.
Yeah, no wrinkles or nothing, bro. He just got the base stuff in, bro. We finna woo. But
see, this is what I said earlier, man. He win games he's not supposed to win, and he lose games he's supposed to win.
And bro, you made that was a awesome complete statement you made with that. Now, this is the thing on this, but this is what I can account for. Why Ron Roberts couldn't stop that offense, man?
Ron Roberts,
y'all the defensive dudes now.
Man,
y'all say this defense was elite. I'm gonna lay back, and y'all what? They still elite.
Yeah, man.
You believe? Okay, go ahead, Nick. Talk to me, man.
Nah, man. Okay, all right. So honestly, let's look at it. I mean, in the first quarter, Auburn's offense only had 3 plays in the first quarter. At the beginning and up until like the 10-minute mark in the second quarter, they only had ran 5-6 plays. So literally, you talking 30-minute quarter, 30-minute quarters, 30-minute total in game time. You talking probably Auburn's defense was on the field 18, 19 minutes of that.
Whose fault is that though?
That's the offensive fault.
No, it's the defensive fault. What I'm saying is, this is my opinion. The defense, hold up. When they started the game, right? The defense came on the field. New Mexico State drove the field and scored. Hold up. They should have. If you a G'd out defense, they wouldn't have did that against Georgia, Alabama. They would have went 3 and out. What I'm saying is, if New Mexico State can hold us to 3 points, to 7 points, why we can't hold New Mexico to 7 points? It just seemed like it's not the equal thing. You feel what I'm saying? If they, why we can't make them go 3 and out and we have longer time of possession? But it's just kind of like, they had the ball longer. It's the defense fault they had the ball that long.
Well, on that first drive, you also had a couple of penalties that actually extended that drive as well, too. You actually had 3 pass interference penalties that extended that drive.
Well, whose fault is that? That's the defense.
Hey, some of them penalties, like I said, some of them penalties were questionable. Some of them pass interferences were questionable. If you ask me, I know the one they call on. I know the one they called on Jalen Simpson. I thought that was not a pass interference. I thought that was just something that they could have let go. He grabbed him by the waist like most DBs do, and he jarred the ball loose. But a lot of people let that go. That referee didn't. Larry Nixon Jr. He had one called on him as well. I don't know. Bang bang play, whatever you can, however you look at it, you can call it that. You can call it that way. I'm just gonna chalk it up to the fact that New Mexico State just had a better game plan, and Ron Roberts just probably got out coached this game. It happens. It happens. I think what we need to stop doing is we need to stop looking at the team that we're playing, and just because of the name on the front of the jersey, just saying this team is below us. We can come in subpar and not play to the standard that you're supposed to play to, and we can win a game.
Gotcha.
With the way the transfer portal is going, you got a lot of guys who were 5-star, 4-stars at other schools, big time programs, who weren't getting playing time because there was other guys better than them that are transferring to these smaller schools and are balling out. So I think what you need to do now is I think what these big time programs need to do now is they need to have the effect of all right, this isn't a cupcake game. This is a game where we actually have to prepare and stay focused, because any given Sunday you can lose. My bad. Saturday you can lose, and that just happened yesterday. That's what happened.
Okay. Marcus, talk to me about this defense. Do you have the same sentiments as Nostradamus Nick has when it comes to this defense? That hey,
I think
an anomaly, or you think they still an elite?
I think it was a bad showing yesterday, but if we really take into account, they had 3 total bad showings all season. If we really want to break it down, like LSU, this game, and Texas A&M. So if we really, in Texas A&M wasn't really a bad showing, Nick. I see the face you made. I'm just saying, if we talk about points put up
in the grand scheme, I got you.
Yeah. But if we really looking at it, that's still not a bad season for a defense. You played LSU was when we played them was one of the #1 rated offenses at the time.
Still is.
Yeah, So in New Mexico State, like Nick said, wasn't if you look at their record shows that they was a good team.
Yeah.
And Texas A&M at the time was like I
Trendy.
said, I wouldn't even say Texas A&M got the best of us. They just played a great game.
Yeah.
But like Nick said, sometimes you're gonna get outplayed. But yeah, our defense look. I'm not gonna give them that excuse. Our defense just looked bad this week. They moved the ball. They controlled the pace of the game. They did what they wanted to.
That's exactly what happened.
But it's bound to happen. I hope. I would say I'm more confident in my defense bouncing back next week against Bama than I am offensively.
Okay, let me ask y'all this: What when we gonna go back to? Well, let's stay right there. So, do you think, Marcus? Do you think they will be able to bounce back? You know
I think our
what I'm saying?
defense will be. I think our defense definitely will be. What I'm worried about is our offense more so. Because like you said, for a coach to know exactly what you're doing, that means you're not making any adjustments offensively. That means you're not adding any special plays, any wrinkle plays, changing formations, anything to throw off the defensive coordinator. That means you came in with the exact same game plan and you got dominated. So me, myself personally, to me, defense, you can scheme defense, but it's sometimes it's about the player. It's about the guys who gonna come make the plays. Offensively, you're gonna have to coach that. Sometimes you're gonna have to put your guys or less talented guys in situations where they can win. And hopefully when we play Alabama, Hugh Freeze does that instead of just sitting back and just running the same textbook plays, hoping for a different result.
That's called insanity. Nick, can they bounce back?
Yeah, I think they can.
Okay.
I know for a fact the defense is probably going to take this as a challenge. Yeah. Because before this game, they had 19 straight games with a turnover, and technically it would have been 20, but McLeod jumped off sides when Pritchett caught the interception.
Yeah.
That would have kept the streak going. I think the defense. I agree with everything Mark said about the defense. I think the defense takes that as a challenge. Offensively, I need to see. That's all. That's all it is. I need to see what happens on that first drive. The first drive will tell me everything I need to know. Saturday, when I watch it. I mean, do they have this narrative about talent gap and all types of stuff? I'm tired of hearing that. The thing is, you are the coach. You scheme your guys to what is best to what your guys can do. You scheme to the strength of your players. That's what you do. That's what makes you a great coach. Not just because you need talent. Okay, yeah, you can have talent, but what about the times like and I hate to bring it up, but you looking at I'm not gonna say this isn't Nick Saban's most talented offense he's had at Alabama. Not the most talented offense he's had at Alabama. You can probably say the same thing for Georgia. This is not the most talented offense that Kirby Smart has had at Georgia, but they're still winning. They're still doing. They still use it. They're scheming to what best fits the players that are in the system. Tired of hearing this whole thing about we don't have talent. We need to recruit. We need to do this. We need to do that. Man, work with what you got. Work with what you got. What you have, use that. That's what if guys can see guys on the screen and be like, okay, that guy might not be the most talented guy on the field. And then you got other talented guys coming up looking like, okay, if that guy ain't, I'm better than him. What if I went there and did that? What if I went there? I could be in a better situation to make the team better. Stop crying about it in the post-game interview, talking about something. We need talent. We got a talent gap. Man, stop that. Great coaches find a way. That's how I see it. Great coaches find a way to use the guys that they have to win, or at least be competitive. So that's the one thing I'm tired of hearing about this whole talent gap thing. We know we don't have the talent. Okay, fine. That's okay. That's okay. But to keep saying it just as a crutch because you keep losing, stop that, man. That's not
Preaching.
cool at all.
Keep preaching.
But it is what it is. I'm just a young little YouTuber that's on these YouTube kind of make.
You speaking facts though, bro. That's facts.
Go ahead, Mark. You got something to add? You got something to add?
That's just real, and that's what I see from Hugh Freeze. The thing that I used to admire about Gus is he used to take teams that we felt like was less talented and put us in position to win. Even though, you know, we can look at back and say that we lost a lot of games we should have won, but talent-wise, he put us in games where we hung around till the fourth quarter against teams that talent-wise were surpassed us.
Mm-hmm.
So, like what Nick said about Hugh Freeze, I'm tired of hearing it's talent. Put us in a position, put those guys with this defense.
Mm-hmm.
This defense all year has been good enough for us to be put in situations where in the fourth quarter it should be still a toss-up game.
Agree. Agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's no way that you are a offensive guru, and there's no way this should be historically one of the worst offenses in Auburn history. No way at all. No way at all. You should be able to at least get the best out of what you have on the field. And to be completely honest with you, the talent isn't even that bad. Talent is not even that bad, to be completely honest with you. Sometimes I feel like and I hate to say this because this may sound bad, but it kind of feels as if he came in and he looked at something and was like, yeah, nah, this ain't gonna work for me. I'm gonna just throw this season away and see what else happens. See what we can do next season. That's what it feels like to me personally. He wants to get his guys in there and do it with his guys and stuff like that. Man, do it with what you got, man. Do it with what you got. It is, and I may be wrong, but it just feels as if they have decided that, yeah, we're just gonna wait till next year. We're gonna get these other guys in. We're gonna try to recruit these guys in, get these guys in, and see what they can do, and then we'll go from there. Man, no, that's a disservice to the team. And you know, we had an interview with one of the players last week, and you know, he talked about how they can send the seniors and the super seniors off right. I think it's a disservice to them as well. But yeah, nah, man, I know we kind of went off track on that a little bit, but that just kind of hurt my mind when we just got to the point where I brought it up. He just keep talking about we just have a talent gap, and I don't see that. I don't see.
I got a question for you, both of you.
Go for it.
I asked my brother this question, so I want to know both of y'all perspective. Is Hugh Freeze a great coach or a coach that benefits off having good talent or great talent?
Man.
I have a great answer for you.
Okay, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
No, I said it earlier. I said it earlier in the season. I said I thought Hugh Freeze was Gus Malzahn 2.0. I said that, and I still stick by that. I feel like Hugh Freeze gets up for certain games, and you saw that this past weekend. You saw that this past weekend. I feel like he gets up for certain games. Certain games he'll get up for because of the hype around it, what it does. The bigger the game is, it is what it is. But he loses a lot of the games that he's supposed to win. That's how I see it.
Okay, so the question is he a good or a great coach? Well, run the question by me again.
I said, do you feel like Hugh Freeze is a good coach or a coach that benefits off of having good talent?
I'm agree with. I know, man. Mark. I know you like Gus. I'm gonna have to agree with Nick on this one. I think both of those guys benefits off of talent.
Exactly.
Number one. True. And this is a question I'm gonna pose back, but I'm gonna say it, and y'all can give me y'all thoughts on it. Yeah. You know, I think it's a great conversation to have. What I think is a part of their system is going fast, hair up, no huddle. Right? So if that part of their system is not working, then their parts of their it seems like their offense is not working if that component isn't working, because it seems like it's used as an advantage. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you go to a lot of the cats in the NFL, say, you know, if you go to a lot of the offensive minds, a no huddle isn't necessary. I can just line up and beat you with X's and O's. And I know people, I know people are gonna be like, throw tomatoes at me when I say this. Mike Bobo don't need to like do a hurry up offense.
Thank you.
He could just and I told my daughter, I'm like, that's the same coach that was coaching at Auburn last year when people say he couldn't coach, but he like blowing Tennessee off the map.
Exactly.
And headed toward he may win a national championship. I'm like, it's amazing when you have personnel, how good you can coach. Okay, but aside from that, with Mike Bobo, and if you look at the offense at Auburn when Mike Bobo was there, man, it's like a lot of the calls he made, it was people open, running wide open, receivers running wide open. My point with Mike Bobo, and I'm not saying he the next coming of, you know, this great guy, but what I'm saying is with Mike Bobo, he doesn't have to have a hurry up, no huddle component in his offense to be successful. He could line up and just run his X's and O's and drive you crazy. Bobby Petrino, he don't have to have hurry up and no huddle in his repertoire. He don't have to do that. He can just line up and drive you crazy with his X's and O's. With Hugh Freeze and I'm gonna have to see, so I'm measured on this. It's not a total judgment, but from what I see, Mark, I think that from what I see so far, he's gonna need talent to complement his play calls. Yep. And if you get that talent, because what he's doing right now, and I don't know what he's going to do in the future, is what he's saying is, okay, if we got man-to-man and we playing bump and run, we're going to go to a 50-50. We're going to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go to a back shoulder, or we're going to throw a 50-50 pass, depending on how the defense sets up. Mm-hmm. So when you just lining up doing things like that, you depending on talent. It's not scheme. No. When you mad because we can't get 50-50 balls, you're in fact saying this is about the talent level. It has nothing to do with X's and O's. When I get a certain look, we going man-to-man, we're going back shoulder, we're going 50-50 ball. So that means I'm going to have this talent to make my offense work, in my opinion. From what I've seen, and I'm measured on what I've seen so far. Talent. When they get talent, they can make a first down. They make a first down, they can run no huddle. That's in their zone. That's what they want to do. Him and Gus, man. You notice, and it could be a coincidence, when Nick Saban them, and allegedly, when they got that rule change, because when Gus first came to the SEC, they could run hurry up, no huddle, and substitute at any time. And at that point, he was a genius. But then when they went and changed the rule and said, okay, if y'all substitute, you got to give the defense a chance to substitute. Mm-hmm. When that changed the rule, Gus coaching came back to the pack. And he became a good coach. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't the brainiac or so far ahead of everybody. They restricted him. When they took the no huddle component and throttled it back, his offenses start to decline.
That's why the NFL the way that's why the NFL is the way it is.
Yes, that's why you can't take that no huddle to the NFL and just dominate people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they set that rule in place, man, for a reason. If you didn't have that rule, Gus would still be at Auburn winning national championships.
Of course. Yeah.
But they instituted that rule on him, bro, because he was unstoppable. Once he got a quarterback that could run that thing and had the personnel, and he had the Ontario McCaleb, and I can't think of the guy that. Yeah,
he did it with Darren McFadden and Felix and old buddy in Arkansas and OC.
We had a national championship team that year at Auburn. That dude came to Auburn and ran us out the stadium with them cats, man.
Exactly. So I mean, it's like a crutch. It's like a crutch almost. It's almost like cheating.
Yeah, it's a component that has nothing. It has to do with, I'm gonna go so fast that you're gonna make mistakes. Mm-hmm. That's not X's and O's.
That's not thinking the game through.
Right. So it's not X's and O's. So if you take that, this is the thing you need to ask. If you take the no huddle component from Hugh Freeze and Gus Malzahn, can they just beat you lining up with X's and O's? And you know, he couldn't go fast because they didn't get a first down in the past game. So he couldn't institute it. Go ahead, Marcus. Talk to me. What you think?
Man.
I know we done got on. We kind of stepped on your toes with Gus, man.
No. Because the thing about it is, this is where we differ.
Okay, talk to me.
I don't feel like the talent that you guys feel like was just so supreme talent was that talented just in a great coaching situation. Because if we look at those guys after they left, what did they do?
What guys we talking about?
We talking about the talent that Gus had.
Okay.
Ontario McCaleb.
Man, Ontario was superior.
In college he was.
Right.
In college he ran a 4.3. We talking about, listen, this let me get to my point.
Come on.
So with the talent that he had,
and
we talking about coaching scheme.
Okay.
So coaching scheme wise, he put that talent in good places. Like to know that Nick Marshall is a DB / quarterback / athlete, you put him in a situation, he's not the best arm talent. He doesn't have the best arm talent. You put them in situations to your scheme works. And then to your point, when they did change the rules, he got a Jared Stanham and a Kerryon Johnson. So with that game change, that slowed him down. He still was able to adjust to take that team to an SEC championship. So when we talk about coaching and schemes, we shouldn't be putting him with Hugh Freeze, because he can still take a situation. Why would we put Hugh Freeze and Gus Malzahn in the same situation where we seen Hugh Freeze in the SEC and we seen Hugh Freeze at his ceiling at the SEC?
But okay, this is why I disagree with you that well too, because Hugh Freeze, like I said, Hugh Freeze lost games he was supposed to win, and Hugh Freeze won games he wasn't supposed to win. Gus Malzahn did the same thing. Gus Malzahn did the exact same thing.
If you look at it, Ole Miss, that Landshark team, that was a great talented team.
That was a great. That was one team.
If we really break down what Gus Malzahn was working with on that team with Jared Stanham, he had Kerryon Johnson.
Okay.
He had a subpar receiving core.
Nah.
He had a real suspect receiving core.
No, he did, man.
No, he did not.
You got to think you got to think he had, what's my man name? Dave, was it the guy that broke the record?
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis broke the single season record for receivers.
If we talking about star rating, Eli Stowe was a 4 or 5 star coming out of high school. You had Nate Craig Myers on that team, who was a top 50.
But I'm asking you guys, what did those guys do after Gus?
It doesn't matter what did Tebow do after he took Florida to the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? What did Andre Bruce do after he left Auburn? He was a bust in the NFL. So you see what I'm saying? We talking about college though, bro.
And we can
talk about college, but we also talking about great. All right, you said Tim Tebow. Do you not consider Urban Meyer a great coach?
I think Urban Meyer.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm asking you a question. I think this conversation that you just said about coaches that work well with good talent, I think Urban Meyer needs to be in that conversation as well.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
He needs to be in that conversation as well.
I don't disagree with that. He gets generational talent from Percy Harvin to Ezekiel Elliott. I don't disagree with that, Nick.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted, Marcus. What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. I didn't say Gus wasn't a good coach. What I'm saying is, my thing is, and you can speak for yourself, Nick. What I'm saying is, if you take the hurry up, no huddle component from them, would they be as effective? Can he coach without that component? If they said right now,
he took us to an SEC championship though.
No, he did not. They were still running the hurry up, no huddle. They were still running it, bro. They were still running it.
Still in place though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, he ain't been back to no national championship either. You know what I'm saying? He got stopped at he didn't win the SEC championship. He got beat by Central Florida the next week. In the bowl game, he got beat by UCF.
UCF beat us. It was in Disney World. Something we the national champions.
That's we the reason and his brother. I remember the game.
Right. So my point is this: is like, if you take this is all I'm saying, and this is all I'm adding. If you take the no huddle, hurry up component from Gus and Hugh Freeze, can they just call a straight up play and win a game?
I'm gonna ask. I'll put it.
I agree with your point, DC. Of it brings him back to being a good coach. It brings him back to the pack. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
point.
that's all I'm saying.
All I'm attacking is a point of putting him and Hugh Freeze in the same coaching bracket. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Okay,
I
respect that, bro. That's this on this show, bro.
This.
All respect, bro. Ain't nobody opinion superior to nobody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I respect that, bro.
No, I'm gonna ask you this question. If you put Gus on that Land Shark Ole Miss team and you swap him with that 2013, you swap him and Hugh for that 2013 team and that Jerry Stidham team in 2017, do you get the same results?
I don't think so.
I would say probably so, man.
I think
probably so.
I think you would get the exact same results.
I think I would say looking at Hugh now,
exact same results.
And that, like I said, that's the only thing he's gonna have to prove to me. Just with them, prove to me because they always say we got to get the first down to start running pace. Yeah. And if you notice, that's what happened Saturday. They never got the line. They were just out there trying to pull the lawnmower, and they never got the pace started because they couldn't get first downs. Offense, just notice their offense. Gus too. Notice their offense, man. If they don't get pace running, let them just call us straight up and play chess. It's like they have a difficult time doing it, in my eyes, and it's just an opinion, you know.
If this is what I would say, you have offensive coaches, Andy Reid, those guys stealing plays from Gus Malzahn. You don't have the same thing with Hugh Freeze. And you can look it up. It's Google Facts. There's a lot of NFL offensive-minded coaches who took from Gus Malzahn's book as well. This is Googleable.
I know,
but he no.
You look crazy. So I agree with. I want you to feel that. I want you to be on that right now.
Marcus hot tonight. Marcus hot tonight.
I'm just tired of the label of Hugh Freeze is plus 2.0 when he's not.
Yes,
when he proves he can be, then I rock with that narrative.
He is Gus Malzahn 2.0. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
If he's Gus Malzahn 2.0, Nick, he will prove that Saturday.
I would tell you this right now.
Good Saturday, I will agree with that.
I would tell you this right now, and I put this.
If he plays Alabama good Saturday, I would agree with that.
I put this in the group chat. I said I said Hugh Freeze was going to lose this game. Well, I said if he loses this game yesterday, I said watch and see. They come back and they may beat Alabama next week. Did I not say that?
Yeah, you said that.
You said beat Alabama. I don't need maybes. I need a for sure.
Now watch this. Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Do you think Gus Malzahn can call a West Coast offense right now? Do you think he could call he can scheme against a Tampa 2 defense right now? Do you think that? I want honest opinion. Do you think if Gus Malzahn was in the NFL right now going against a Tampa 2 defense against a Tampa 2 cornerback right now, do you think he can scheme against that? Do you think the hurry up no huddle offense works in the NFL right now? It's an advantage. It's a crutch. Like DC just said, he's banking on the defense getting tired, making a mistake. That's what he's banking on. They need a first down to go tempo. You can look at it on the sideline at UCL. As soon as they get a first down, the first thing you see Gus Malzahn doing is tempo. Let's go. Tempo. Let's go. Hugh Freeze does the exact same thing. He does the exact same.
Just because we do the exact same thing don't mean we're the exact same person.
It's a run play action offense.
Because if I do it more efficiently than you, just because we play Madden the same, if I'm more efficient than you at what I'm doing and I add wrinkles and I know how to manipulate the system, you're trying to mimic me doesn't mean you're 2.0.
It's a run play action offense that uses tempo. They both do the exact same thing. And the only difference is Gus had better talent at Auburn during the years he was at Auburn than Hugh Freeze did at Ole Miss. Nobody wanted to go to Mississippi. Let's just be real about it. Nobody wanted to go to the Mississippi schools except for the year when both of the Mississippi schools beat both of Alabama schools and the Egg Bowl was the biggest game besides the Iron Bowl. Let's stop it. Let's just be real about it. You get better talent at Auburn than you do at Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
Well, Nick, let's just see. Let's see what game he coaches. You said he beats Alabama. Let's see.
The exact same offense. It's a run, play, action, hurry up, no
Nick,
huddle.
They're the exact same coach. Why is Auburn has the worst offense in Auburn history this year, Nick?
They had the worst.
They play the same way.
They had the worst offense in 2015 when Sean White was the quarterback. They had the worst offense in 2018 when Jarrett Stidham was there, and Jarrett Stidham was a great quarterback. They had a bad offense then.
The worst?
Now, part of that has to do. Now, part of that has to do because Gustin, they had a bad offense. They had a bad offense.
Bad or the worst? Part of the worst. Part of that situations.
No. The worst offense we've ever seen was last year with Brian Harsin. Let's do that. Let's stop that.
All right. Hey, that's the worst offense
That's the worst offense we've ever seen.
I wasn't gonna say that at all. He ain't even a part of the conversation.
Bro,
I wasn't even gonna bring him up.
Look, you want to bring all I said about Brian Harsin? I just don't like the way he was treated. That's it. That's all that is. I don't think he was a great coach at all. I just don't like the way he was treated. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But my thing is, if we're getting back, I call him Gus Malzahn 2.0 because it is legitimately the same offense. It is a run-heavy, play-action offense that uses tempo to get an advantage on the defense. It's the exact same offense.
And Nick, I don't disagree. All right. I just want you to understand. I don't disagree with that. The thing that differs is, like you said, dealing with less talent and putting them in position to where they're successful.
And I would sit here and argue Hugh Freeze did that better at Ole Miss than Gus did at Auburn. I would sit here and argue with that.
That's blasphemy.
Because Gus had better recruiting classes at Auburn than Hugh Freeze did at Ole Miss. I would sit here and argue that. So I could really be saying Gus Malzahn is Hugh Freeze 2.0. I could be saying that.
What? You better stop. You better stop.
I mean, stop, man. Stop.
You better stop.
It really comes down to it.
He put talent in better places.
Now, the one thing I will say that Hugh Freeze did say, talent does help you win. But when you don't have the talent that you want, you scheme to what you have. Now, if you go back and look at those years where Gus was at Auburn and Hugh Freeze was at Ole Miss, Auburn had better talent. Auburn had a better defense. Auburn had better pieces on offense. And it had a better quarterback majority of the time. Now, that is half of the problem right there. Okay? But Hugh Freeze and Gus Malzahn run the exact same offense. And with them running the exact same offense, a run, play, action, hurry up, no huddle offense, they both have had the same results. The only thing is, Gus Malzahn did it before Hugh Freeze got it. Gus Malzahn did it before Hugh Freeze got to the college ranks. That's all it is.
If he's Gus 2.0, we'll see next week.
We definitely
I stand on that. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
This one right there.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Marcus.
Points on New Mexico State, and he Gus 2.0. But okay,
Gus barely beat Jacksonville State. He had trouble beating Jacksonville State. He lost to Vanderbilt. He lost.
You come in the season with your quarterback hurt.
Oh my God!
With Jeremy Johnson.
Stop! Come on, you had
bro.
Hugh Freeze.
Jeremy Johnson was in Heisman talk after that game. What are you talking about?
He went to Michigan State and got the guy he wanted out of the transfer portal. And this guy ain't been performing all season.
Who fault is that?
That's his fault.
Okay, he's not performing. When Gus went and got Nick Marshall, what was the result? Oh, okay. That's the same guy he wanted, right? Oh, okay. All right, let's stop that, Nick. Let's stop that, Nick.
Bruh,
we can go to the next question, DC. Like I said, he's the best 2.0. He'll prove it Saturday.
National championship with Nick Marshall. And what happened the second year?
Man, we was on outstanding run before camera artists paying, and he got into it.
They fumbled on the 1 yard line against Texas A&M to win the West. They fumbled on the 1 yard line. I was at the game. They fumbled on the 1 yard line against Texas A&M against the West to win the West. Stop it, man.
Can I say this?
Go ahead, please go.
Texas A&M didn't recover their football, man.
Well, we know that. We know they did. But
they did not recover their football. But go ahead. Proceed.
He didn't recover football.
He did. But proceed, man.
But
ain't that the real that season. Go ahead.
But officially, Auburn lost the game.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, bro, you can sit here and argue that Gus lost to Vanderbilt. He barely beat Jacksonville State. Gus has been in a lot of close games with teams he should have blown out.
But did he lose? Your boy lost.
He lost to Vanderbilt. He lost to Vanderbilt in Vanderbilt.
New Mexico State.
Oh my God.
Vanderbilt, SEC. New Mexico State never beat an SEC team.
Oh my
God. Hugh Freeze. And Hugh Freeze didn't put up over 21 points. Let's stop, Nick. What offensive mind do you see? Let's go. I'll see this weekend.
The Water Cooler Talk podcast is in your ear. The coolest podcast in your ear.
I love my brother.
Water Cooler podcast, man. That's why you want to tune in to these cats. You see this? You see how it's going down, man. Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. These cats getting it, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all entertaining me, man. I'm like, bro, this is a great show. I ain't even got. I'm just sitting back, relaxing, man.
All I'm saying is they both the same coach.
Okay, let me ask you this, Marcus. Let me ask you this. How does their do you? So what you're saying is, and I'm not gonna put words. I'm asking, does their offense? It's a 2-part question. Does their offense differ, Gus and Hugh Freeze?
No, play call is more wrinkles than Gus Malzahn's offense. It's exact same, like Nick said, it's exact same no huddle RPO, but it's more wrinkles inside of Gus Malzahn's offense. You can get more pass plays, you got more outlet option plays. Like I said, like I brought up before, like Gus Malzahn was the innovation of the outside option dump pass to the receiver. Like that was innovative.
Sure.
So that's when I'm speaking about stuff like that. That's the difference between what you see from a Hugh Freeze versus a Gus Malzahn. They run the exact same offense, but the wrinkles to help your team to get an Ontario McCaleb on a reverse or things like that. Like have we? Like, come on, bro.
It's the same thing. It's the same wrinkles, bro. It's literally the same.
Have you seen them? I haven't seen them all year.
Jeremiah Cobb runs the same reverse that Ontario McCaleb ran when Ontario McCaleb was at Auburn. The only thing you don't see is the motion in Hugh Freeze's offense. That's the only thing. The where's the ball at? Where's the ball? Having the eye discipline. That's the only thing you don't see.
That's a big situation. That is
when Peyton Thorne gets the ball, when he gets the snap, he has the option to either hand it off, run it, or throw it to a receiver or throw it to Rivaldo Fairweather. It's the exact same thing that Gus Malzahn does.
Nick,
so
even with motion just being the sole thing, if we just leave it at motion, and that is not even speaking to the innovative plays that he puts in. We just leave it at motion. You as a linebacker know, Nick, that right there throws off alignment and that throws off assignment. If you do too much motion before the play, that right there throws off a defense completely. Anyway, let's talk football, Nick. Come on,
we talking football. All right,
let's talk. We're gonna talk. Let's stop
it's
that.
Literally, if
you ain't talking football, Nick. You ain't talking football.
If you want to break it down to the simplest form, it's the triple option.
Of course,
it's really all it is. One man gets the dive man, one man gets the pitch man, one man gets the quarterback.
That's why motion is so valuable, Nick. If you can't decide which man is going to be that guy, you can't pick your assignment.
If you're playing zone on the back end and you send a receiver in motion, that changes nothing. Unless you playing man. If you playing man, that man gonna run straight across the line with him. That's how a quarterback knows somebody if they playing man or not. If that man runs a motion, the cornerback stops at the end of the formation and he passes him off, it's a zone. If it's man, that man gonna run straight across. It's literally the triple option. One man gets the dive, man.
About passing, though, Nick. You didn't talk about your linebacker in the assignment as a linebacker in the option.
One man gets the quarterback
in the option. Since we're going to talk about it, the linebacker in the option. Your first read is the dive.
As a linebacker, your first read always is
the dive man is. It throws off your assignment, Nick.
If it's one running back to the side of the quarterback, there's only one person that can run the ball out of this situation. If he can hand it off to,
if he's sending motion behind, that makes the another man the option man. If he sends
the
wrinkles back, see, that's why I know you ain't paying attention, Nick. And the wrinkles that Gus Malzahn put in, he can make that receiver the pitch man. He can make that receiver the pitch man.
The motion is in front of the quarterback all the time.
oh my God, I know you were watching football because sometimes he used to have him run behind him. What are we talking about, Nick?
Him, and that was the pass play. That was the predictability of Gus Malzahn. Every time he set the man in motion, and
that was not always the pass play, Nick. That was not always the pass play, Nick.
Down the middle of the field. I know Gus Malzahn's offense. I watched the offense for 13 years.
Yes, sir.
I watched.
Apparently, you've been watching the same that I've been watching. Apparently, you've been. This is DC. This is the same person who said Fairweather line up inside the numbers. When he went, Fairweather line up inside. This is the same person who said that, right?
Ontario McCaleb in motion, and McCaleb would go behind him. He would turn around, fake the handoff to him. Michaela would run to the boundary, sit out there as the last option, and either whoever.
That's not a pass play, Nick. That's an outlet of the option. That's a pitch man. That's not a pass play.
Will run a deep post, and they will run a dig, and the other receiver will run a dig, will run an end dig. It's the same predictable play that Gus Malzahn run, and they run the same. And they run the same thing. Hugh Freeze run the same thing. The whole motion that you're saying is not the same offense. It's the exact same offense. That's what it is. It's the exact same offense. We don't went off into we don't went off into all this other stuff. It's the exact offense. It's
I haven't seen it.
Hugh Freeze said.
Show me, Nick. If you see the exact same offense, you'll see. I'll see it Saturday.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it. It's the exact same offense, ladies and gentlemen. It's the exact same offense.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all in the comments, man. In the comments, y'all tell me if Hugh Freeze and Gus Malzahn running the same offense. Please.
Yes, they are. They are.
Okay.
The same right, and everything. It's the exact offense.
Okay, let me ask y'all this. And hold up, boy. I'm just counting the people that's subscribing right now because they're like, bro, these cats is off the chains. I'm just counting the subscribers. Everybody's subscribing. Okay.
Subscribing. That's funny. That's
like, man, these dudes off the chains over here on this thing right here, man. I'm gonna have to subscribe to this. Hey, okay, let's get a subject. Let's get a subject that we can all get back on the bus with. Okay, not
the Gus bus, but okay.
We definitely not getting on this.
Oh my God.
Let me shut up. You're my coach. I ain't gonna bash you. You're my coach.
Okay. Let me ask y'all this, and then we're gonna close down with this. This is gonna be the last question right here for this segment, man. And we're gonna go to another segment because I want to ask y'all some Alabama questions and get on the Iron Bowl.
Okay.
Let me ask y'all this question right here. What we talked about losses and we kind of went off with. That's cool. It was I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But what is the worst loss? Y'all was on the same was y'all on the same high school football team?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all might agree. Okay, what was y'all might be like, yeah, man. What was the worst loss you have witnessed? Like, what would you say the worst loss you witnessed in your lifetime? I'm gonna let y'all give me two on this one because I got two. I'm gonna give. Okay, let's do this. Let's say one in high school.
Okay.
Let's say one in high school, and then you can just pick one for anywhere else. Well, college, pro. What was the worst loss you've witnessed in your life that you saw with your eyes?
Nick, you want to go?
And
first?
Why y'all?
Nick, you want to go first on this?
I think I know. I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. The worst loss. Okay. Loss number one. It was in high school. Okay. We played. Was it Eufaula?
Which one?
What was the game Tasha knocked nobody out?
Eufaula. 11th grade.
11th grade, yeah, Eufaula. Man, we was going to win that game.
Okay.
We was gonna win that game. Tashawn Shepard came down on kick return and laid a dude out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude got hurt. Stopped the game for like 15 minutes because they had to go check on him on the field. All right. Started the game back. Well, it was actually more than 15 minutes. You stopped, and the whole momentum just went away.
Okay.
Start the game back up, tried to get the momentum back. Stop the game again because they had a helicopter had to come pick him up to take him to the hospital.
Wow. So
it stopped the game again, and the momentum just went away. That was the worst loss in my personal opinion because we had a really good chance to win. And if we would have won that game, we was making our way to the playoffs that year.
Wow.
We was going to the playoffs that year.
Wow.
And the whole momentum just went away. Like that's the worst loss I've seen.
Okay.
The other worst loss I've seen is when them boys got beat by 50. When them boys got beat by 50.
What boys? Who?
Denver went down to Miami and got beat 70-20.
Oh, yeah.
They got beat by 50.
Yeah.
That's it.
Marcus, what you got, man? What you got?
Well, two of them that's real close to my heart. Playoffs.
Okay.
I go playoffs for Buffalo. The Chiefs game when they
which one, Marcus? Which it's been so many. Oh my God, which one, man?
The Chiefs, the last one, the AFC Championship with Tyreek, with the overtime, the new when it made them change the overtime rule. That one right there was the most the hurtful one. And I would say high school senior year Valley was another game with playoff implications, and we lost by a point.
You was at that game.
Yeah, I came to see y'all play that game. Yeah,
I came
to see y'all play that game.
Yeah, when we played in Valley.
Yeah. I came to that game. Yeah.
Go.
That one right there hurt me. I cried. I cried on that one right there, DC.
Yeah, I came to see that game. I ain't see you crying, Marcus, but I came to that game, man. I was in the stands, man.
Ooh, that was hurtful, DC.
Yeah.
That was hurtful.
Yeah, football. Football. We heard. My worst two games was. It's funny we all saying Tuskegee. Tuskegee High School, but we, what I'm saying. Hey, man, peace out. It is what it is, man. No down talk to the town, but man, we done suffered some bad losses, man. Mine would be I think it was my junior or senior year. I can't remember what it was. It was one year we played Robert E. Lee. And Larry Ware was the quarterback. I mean, I'm running back. Larry Ware. He went to Georgia.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Tight Sports. Shout out to him, man. He came on, did excellent prediction and all that stuff for this past game. He did an excellent job. He was spot on. So I was talking to him, and he was like, at the time, Robert E. Lee was the #1 high school team in the nation. What? They came to Tuskegee. Bruh, we scored the first touchdown of the game. They scored 70-some unanswered. I forget. I don't know if it was 71, 72. They scored 70-some unanswered, folk. Man. We were just sitting up in the stands like
no mercy rule. No mercy.
Bro, they took Larry Ware out. Now, Tight was like, he later was in the gym with Larry Ware. Later on in life, and Larry Ware was talking about the game. He said Larry Ware was like, he came out in the first quarter. I know when halftime came, he didn't come back in the game after halftime. I wasn't watching that close, but I know they took him out. Bro, they like had their first stream out, second stream. They was running their backups, man, but they was still beating us. And then we scored like the last touchdown. It was like maybe 70-something to 14, bro. They like struggled. That was the worst thing I ever seen, just like with my own eyes. Like, it was unbelievable. My second one is pro, man. Was the Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots.
Oh, wow.
When they went down that field, and didn't get that ball to beast mode. And threw that pass stupid. And they intercepted it.
They were just trying not to give beast mode the MVP that game. That's all that was.
They was on the goal line, bro, with beast mode, and threw a pass.
They were trying. I'm telling you what it was. They was trying.
I agree with you, Nick.
If you remember, he already had like 2 touchdowns, and he was inching close to like 200 yards rushing that game. Beast mode was Marshawn Lynch.
He was eating that game.
They said he was gonna do the interview or something, or he was gonna mess up the interview or something after the game. That's why they didn't want him to win MVP or something. Some controversy like that.
Why. And they was trying to make Russell Westbrook the MVP. That's the reason why they threw that ball there. That's the reason why
that was unbelievable.
That whole pass happened.
That was unbelievable.
If you go back and watch, he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay. He talked about it.
He talked.
Really?
He talked about it. He went in depth about it.
I'm gonna have to go watch that, man.
He said he looked at he said when he called a play, he said he looked at the sideline at Pete Carroll and was like, what?
Unbelievable, man.
He just turned around and was like, all right.
Unbelievable.
I went to the sideline. He said the first person I seen, he was like, I seen Russell. He was like, man, I'll get him again. He said, I went straight to Pete Carroll's face and said,
He started laughing right to Pete Carroll's face. Oh my God.
He did.
Yeah, he said he laughed in Pete Carroll's face.
Oh my God, bro. I'm gonna have to go check that out, man.
Yeah, you gotta go watch it because he talked about it in depth.
We're gonna end this segment and I'm gonna ask y'all some Alabama questions right quick, man. But tell them where they can find y'all at so I can end this. This was this WWE segment.
Not WWE.
that was awesome, man. You gotta have some fire sometime, man. It's all right.
Offense.
Huh?
They run the exact same offense.
Why he gotta get a steel punch in? DC?
Yeah, you gotta get a little part punch in.
Go back into that argument.
You know what I'm saying? Like your brother, when your mama stop y'all from fighting, he reach over and hit you. Yeah.
The exact same offense. But nah, man, y'all can find us at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on YouTube, man. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on social media at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and on Twitter. If you still use Twitter. At CoolersPod23. That's how I say that because I don't see a lot of traction on Twitter. But Instagram, Water Cooler Talk, and of course here on YouTube at the CoolersPod23 on YouTube, where you can find us.
All right, that's what's up, man. And we're gonna be out here. Y'all tune in and we're gonna keep this going. All right.